Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima, and I'm here checking out Synthetik Legion Rising. Weird choice of game, I know, especially since I've been playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, but frankly I just wanted to play something a little more fun. I feel like I'm going to be recording a rant on Jedi Fallen Order after this video, but well, that's just the thing with me, isn't it? I always end up doing some weird shit. Nevertheless, I've actually played this game a few times. There was a free release of another game called Synthetik Arena, which is basically the same thing, but in like a small thing and not a procedurally generated gauntlet of levels. And I also actually bought the full version of this game a while back because a friend of mine recommended it to me, and I didn't like it very much then, but I got a copy of it from Humble Monthly, and I thought, you know what, screw it, I'll give it another try, maybe they've improved it. And it turns out they've done a lot of little things that have really helped it out, at least in my eyes, so I actually feel pretty bad at it, so that's why I'm taking a look at it. So let's get started, I suppose. There's not really that much to see in the main menus, if I'm being honest, but we'll take a look anyway. There is multiplayer, but frankly, no. You've got classes. And all of these classes are actually pretty significantly different. They have a few different things going for them. We're going to play as the Breacher because I believe that it's the easiest class to start with. But I do have some time with the Raider and a little bit with the Sniper. But it's a little bit weird. You'll understand why shortly. So yeah, we're going to go with the Breacher first of all. You can actually change the difficulty of the game as well. And it determines some of the things you actually unlock, which is a nice touch. So you get more experience, more data, and more credits, which you can use in-game to buy things like extra weapons, upgraded items, and what have you. And there are a lot of different things you can do here, like faster projectiles. Enemies might actually reflect damage. Taking damage can cause bleeding, and just some ridiculous amount of stuff here. And you can turn all of this on and off as you so well please. And I actually kind of appreciate this because it's a very good way to let you fiddle with the difficulty of the game without really doing too much in the way of making it too hard for some people or too easy for other people. Not to mention it's actually really fun to just stick it all on and see how long you last. I'll give you a clue. Not long. You've also got research, which are just like little things you can unlock. So extra weapons, things like press tab to see some data. Some extra other things. You can unlock all of this relatively quickly. I'm about 4 hours in, and yeah, it's pretty easy to get all this stuff taken care of. You've also got encyclopedias of items and weaponry, of which there are a lot. There are seriously a ridiculous amount of things like guns in this game. Like, look at all these guns. Now, you might have noticed that these are actually color-coded. That's because some classes are way more likely to get certain kinds of weaponry. So the class I'm about to play as, the Breacher, is more likely to get things like Spaz 12s and the Ballistic CRX bow. Meanwhile, if you go down to the Engineer, they're more likely to get guns like an MG42, a P90, and a... Yeah, that's a AA-12. They have a fair amount of real-life guns in this game, renamed and not, and they all actually look really nice. Like, these are some really cool designs they got going on here. So over on the right, you've got your class set up. You can pick the pistol that you carry along with you. I always carry the Last Breath because it hits like a truck. Your starting item, which is different for all of the different classes, the Breaching Charge is basically a rechargeable, short-range, throwable explosive that just destroys anything it walks into, and every single class has something different. So just as an example, if I swap to the Sniper, you get a laser sight, which is also guarantees you a critical hit. For the Raider, you have a reverbing blade, which is a melee attack that slowly gets more powerful over time. And for the Engineer, you've got like a sentry turret. So you do actually have, with the combination of the guns that you can earn and the main item that you can use, all the classes actually play pretty differently. You have to be pretty tactical with all of them, with your M4 and your 725, but you still need to be tactical in the most realistic of senses to actually stand a chance. You also take along 2 usable items. So Methadone and Auto Taser are my favorites because it's basically just makes it a little bit easier for me to live, but you can also do things like take along a stun grenade, for example, which will help you out in some cases. You also got unlockable ones and some ones that ask you to do things like refer the game to people, play all the arenas, and buy the arena upgrade DLC, which I haven't bothered with yet because I haven't even gone close to finishing the main game. You can also carry along 2 modules, and these modules have all sorts of different effects, usually small, but otherwise pretty useful. I usually go for the ones that give me more damage, or that I can upgrade weaponry. You can take along 2 modules if you like, but if you leave the second one unlocked, you actually get more than one as you go in, which is a very useful thing to have. Your classes also level up individually, so you get different little upgrades to them as they go on, which will give you a better chance of living. Works for me. So I'm going to go get my silent keyboard, and then we're going to go hop in. So I actually bought a 200Hz monitor recently, and I got to admit, this is like the one game that I've actually managed to play on it so far that actually makes it worthwhile. It's so smooth. You're not going to be able to see it, obviously, because this video is being recorded in 60 FPS, but god damn, it looks great. Alright, so here's the drill. We are a robot. We need to kill all the other robots and find our way into the end of the level via a teleporter. It looks a lot like the one that we just came out of. And to find it, we just need to wander around the level and hope for the best, more or less. And there are, of course, other robots along the way, which are going to try and kill us. And what we need to do is kill them right back, because that's just what we need to do. And thankfully, the game makes it pretty simple to do this. Just making sure all my guns are reloaded. Probably shouldn't have wasted the shots on the super shotty, but anyway. The game's controls are pretty simple. They're not too far out of the ordinary for your traditional sort of two-dimensional shooter. But it's got a couple of neat things going for it. So it's got both ejecting and active reloads. And you can decide whether or not you want to have them on via the difficulty, which I really appreciate. Although they do recommend keeping on the active reloads as much as possible because they designed the game around it, including the ejecting, because you actually have to press the button to eject and then press another button to start the reload process. Interesting concept. I find it to be pretty engaging, all things considered. And there are things that they do to, like, not only emphasize it, but give you a little bit of just like extra rewards for using these systems effectively, like giving you a little bit of a damage boost and what have you. Of course, you can just like get your guns back into action faster if you pull off the active reload. You can also, if you turn on if you turn on weapon jamming, it actually gives you perfect reloads, which will make your weapons even better for the magazine, which is an interesting concept. Hang on, I'm just going to dash here. Strangely enough, this class's ability is actually regenerated via dashes, so if you want to use it, you actually have to dash very often. It's kind of bizarre, but it works. You can only carry, I think it's 3 weapons at a time. I think there's 1 or 2 classes that might let you carry 4 weapons at a time, but if I'm being honest, I can't remember which class it actually is. A few classes only start with the pistol, but thankfully the... I can never remember this guy's bloody name, but the... whatever, he looks like a bloody Titan from Destiny, so I'm working with that. The Titan from Destiny gets this shotgun, though, which means he's actually pretty useful until you can find yourself a weapon. You can find these collectible boxes around the levels. They have everything from ammo to weaponry to items that you can use, both passive and active. and they are all useful. There are very few weapons and items in this game that feel bad, and even then you still do have some use for the items that are bad, because get 6 weapon life, steal 1 below 30% of health, but it makes my damage worse, no thanks. Taking health damage over 100, no thanks. Barricades and destroyable objects. Screw it, I'll go with the stimulants. Donate blood for medical research, must be healthy. Why not? Healing crystal. Oh cool, it gives me health regeneration. I like it. Alright. But yeah, you find things like weaponry all over the place. You just need to track it down, and of course you've got all of these enemies running around, both robots and static objects for you that you need to deal with. Oh, I found an artifact. That's interesting. I'm just trying to run the fuck away, because if that guy gets too close to me, he will wipe the floor with me. Thankfully, I can just wait for my dash to reload. It's hectic. It's pretty damn hectic, especially if you don't remember to reload your fucking guns. You do also need to worry about ammo in this game a lot, because outside of like your sidearm here, which you under no circumstances are allowed to replace, they really do stiff you on ammo sometimes. It can be pretty bad, if I'm being honest. Alright, let's see. Increase weapon carry amount by 1. Oh, that's useful. Self-affecting buffs and debuffs last 40% longer. That's actually pretty good. Increase critical strike chance. No, I think we're going to go for the extra weapon and the free upgrade kits, because those are useful. Basically, you just need to keep working your way through and blowing the crap out of everything that stands in your way. That's how you do it. So I found the teleporter and unlocked it. Just trying to make sure I haven't missed any weapon crates, because, I mean, the game's being surprisingly selfish with them. Usually you have an extra weapon by now, but oh well. All the weapons are different, and honestly they feel great. There are a ton of things that go into this game shooting, which make it really interesting to work with as well. Sorry, as I was saying about the items, I forgot to mention earlier. If you pick up an item, you can actually recycle it. That'll get you extra money that you can spend on an item that you actually want, which is very useful when you have a particularly shitty weapon or a particularly shitty item that you just want to get rid of. But yeah, they do a lot of things with this game shooting to make it really satisfying. The first is the fact that, well, all the guns are just pretty damn satisfying to use in general. They've done a really nice job in also diversifying all the weapons as well. So you have an absolute ton of different guns, and they all feel completely different to work with. But there are a couple of other things that I want to talk about as well. I mean, you've got the reloading system, which also feels great, but the one thing I do really need to talk about is the accuracy system. Now, they call it 3-dimensional accuracy, which sounds weird when you first hear it, because it's like, it's a 2-dimensional game. How can you have 3-dimensional accuracy? Well, it's actually a really, really interesting subject. So, you might notice that when I stand still, I can get a perfect shot off, right? Let's see if I can find a robot enemy to demonstrate. So if I hit his head, see how it actually does crit damage? That's because this game does actually have what they call 3D accuracy, which means if you hit them in the head, despite this being a 2-dimensional game, it will do more damage to them. This applies to everything in the game. Everything has weak spots. So, it's kind of insane, if I'm being honest. It's a really clever idea. I had a lot of trouble working my way around it before, but what you have to know about the game is that you really do need to be super tactical. Like, I said it earlier on in a sort of ironic tone, like the bloody Modern Warfare shit posting that I've seen from time to time, but being super tactical is something that will actually really help you out, because if you stand still enough, it'll let you get really accurate shots in, and instead of taking 7 shots to take out a guy with a shield, you can get past his shield, hit him in the head twice, and that's it. He's done. Oh, an M205 launcher, but it's cursed. Fantastic. Of course it's cursed. What? Did that just come back and hit me in the damn face? Jesus. Oh, whoop. No, no. You get away from me. Bugger off. Really? But yeah, this 3D accuracy system is actually really well done. And it adds a lot of precision where in, like, even in this, like, even with the lack of the third dimension is really hard to effectively do. But considering the amount of nuance there is, including things like upgrades that let you decide whether or not, that let you move more in order to maintain your aim. There are things like different weapons having different accuracy. So there's sniper rifles that you can take that let you actually see really far, shoot really far, and just work better as long-range weapons. Or you can just move in with an SMG, spray and pray, and not be anywhere near as effective as a decent shot. And yeah, the diversity of the weapon set really helps out. Take an additional 10% damage, but I get extra health and heal an additional health every time I'm over 100 HP. I'll take it. Wow, there's still no guns. I'm legitimately impressed. They really do give you a lot more guns than this. At least they should. You know what, let's apply some of these upgrade kits. We should always upgrade the last breath at least once. Burst of full auto. Turns a weapon semi-automatic, and semi-automatic turns it fully automatic. You bet. Let's see what that does. It stings. It stings a lot. Yeah, upgrade kits are one of your biggest benefits in this game, because if you get like 4 upgrade kits onto a weapon really early on, it becomes inhumanly strong. Like, the one time I've managed to make it past the second set of floors in this game was because I got a really good shotgun, which I managed to upgrade 4 times over, and it basically turned into a full auto beam of death. Well, more, not even a beam, more like a cone of death. Drained ammo like a mofo, but it worked amazingly. Yeah, the upgrades can really affect how you use a weapon. It's really nice. Just having that kind of, having those kinds of options. We got a crate over there. That's probably going to have either items or weaponry. I'm hoping weaponry. Nope, it's an item upgrade shop. Well, we might as well anyway. Upgrade my healing stims and my breaching charges because they're always useful. Man, that M203 is, M205 is actually working really well for me. And as I said before, all 8 of the classes not only play differently, but they actually get access to a different section of the weapon pool. So you'll find yourself, like, if you're this guy, you'll find yourself using that shotgun and those breaching charges a lot. If you're the engineer, you have to play completely differently, because not only are you weaker, but you've got, like, different kinds of shit to deal with in terms of, like, you know, how you plan on using your weaponry. So you have to be 200 credits. Really? At least it wasn't a weapon crate. Oh look, there's a quest over there. That'll give me something to do on the level. It'll probably be defense, knowing my luck, because... Oh no. Oh, there we go. I should back up and just... Yeah, wait for him to come to me, but unfortunately I'm now out of ammo for that. I'll accept the quest. So... I probably should... With that said, though, I'm going to upgrade my last thing again. Swapping of ammo types, switching of ammo types, increased magazine capacity, 12% chance of firing. Yeah, we'll take that, and we'll take Vial Data Collector, because that actually gives me a health bonus, which is really useful on a good gun. So, Yep, it's defense. How did I know? And the worst thing is I've only got my pistol to do this with, so this is going to be way harder than it should be for me. Ooh. Yep, it's done. Unfortunately, I did not get to get the reward for that. It's usually something like a free upgrade, but now I also get to fend off these waves of dudes. Also not good for me. So yeah, that happened. I do have some criticisms. The bosses are kind of ridiculous. They just are massive, they fire tons of bullets, they are surprisingly hard to beat. Then again, it is a procedurally generated roguelike, so that's just kind of what happens. Honestly, I hate the shield burst. We're gonna recycle that. Get some free credits off it. Finally, an extra weapon. What do we got? A Twin Mill Mark II. Just a traditional rapid fire? No, it's more like a gun with 2 barrels on it. Interesting. So we get over here and take this thing out before it becomes a real problem for me. Yeah, I do have some criticisms. One criticism that I have is that the levels are actually really repetitive, and of course I immediately fired a grenade in my own face as soon as I start criticizing the game. That sounds about right. The levels are very... Oh, come on. Now you give me guns? Yeah, give me a submachine gun. The pieces that they put together the levels from is what I'm trying to say. They are quite repetitive, and it sets in really quickly. Like, only after a couple of hours, I found myself being... Oh, Jesus. Even after only a couple of hours, I found myself being pretty... what's the word I'm looking for? Unimpressed by the amount of pieces there are in these levels. So, it ends up being a bit repetitive after a while, going through what feels like the exact same levels. God, I need that ammo box. So you just end up finding yourself seeing the same pieces of levels over and over again, and it starts to feel repetitive after a bit. Even after you've moved on floors and you see like the same placement of like 2 fans, a bunch of oh god, I have to get out of this level. You see a bunch of fans, a wall of crates, and some other stuff like that. That is just incredibly repetitive in like multiple different levels on the way down. Just stuff like that just repeats. It's kind of frustrating. And as I was saying about the bosses, they're huge, they deal out tons of damage, and you don't even see them all the time, because they actually give you this really annoying, what's the word I'm looking for? They give you this really annoying, like, defense mission sometimes. And here we get to see a boss. As for whether or not I'm going to be able to kill this damn thing, well, it's anyone's guess. But it's a good opportunity to show you the stupid amount of, like, visual effects and stuff I have on screen. which can actually cover up some kind of important things. There are things in this game that you really want to be seeing. I'm talking about things like pickups on the ground, and I'm actually surprised I did so well there considering the amount of weapons and stuff that I've got, but oh well. As I was saying, there are some things on the ground that you really want to be able to see properly. Things like weapon crates, pickups, especially the really small ones. Like, there's always a credits pickup that I completely miss every time I end up doing one of these levels, because it ends up making it that I can bet... what do we have on this? We don't have any attachments on it yet. Yep, we're just going to take this RPG, because why not? But yeah, there are things like on the ground that are really easy to miss. Like, that bolt there. I could completely miss that on the fade-in if I was unlucky. And there are just a fair amount of things like that that often get hidden alongside things like big-ass special effects and stuff like that. And it gets really frustrating after a bit, mainly due to the amount of things that are on the ground that are really tiny and also really fucking important. So you find yourself in a position where you really want to grab some stuff, but you completely miss it. And when that happens, it just becomes a really bad situation for you. Because you end up going through levels, missing pickups, and thinking to yourself, why am I so underpowered? Why are they full of, like, dudes that are really difficult for me to deal with at this point? Because you ended up missing something because there's so many effects and there's just a small pickup or two that you completely missed on the ground on the way in. That can be a problem. Shit. Didn't realize I was out in the open there. That's not good for me. And I was bleeding for a sec. Let's just, take one of the healing kits. I've got some upgrade kits spare. I really should be using those. What should I use them on, though? Let's not use them on the RPG. That's fine. I think we'll do the bolt caster. The bolt caster is probably my best friend at this point. What have I got? Strongly increasing weapon performance. Yes, please. Let's see. All heat is vented. That's kind of neat. Oh, full bullet penetration. Yes. Alright. Oh, that's got a sting. So what do you got? Offering to the machine god. What have I got? Curse of the flesh, curse of the lethargic, curse of the wicked, instant tribute to flesh. You know what? Tribute to copper. This is money. So I give you half of my money, and what do I get back out of it? The blood right. Yeah, I'm not trading health, but if I remember correctly, this is actually worth a fair amount of credits. So yeah, I just made my money back. I don't mind that too much. Let's just go and make sure I didn't miss anything on the way in. There's also a global chat down here. Kind of a neat concept. Oh god, weaponry. Unfortunately, I can't afford any of it. And I wouldn't have been able to afford any of it anyway. That's kind of sucky. What else do I have to say about it? Well, it looks fantastic. Like, the overall... Wow. Max ammo on the RPG? That's actually kind of nice. Is this laser... Whoa. Oh god, I hate these fuckers. They go invisible. I hate invisibility. Oh Jesus, that's an elite. And that is another... No. Where's my bolt caster? There it is. But yeah, it looks great. Not only due to like the overall quality of like just the graphical style. It's admittedly just the style of it is a little bit generic. Like not massively generic. It's cool, but nothing about it truly stands out, which is like the worst thing you can do about a game's graphical style. But what really makes it stand out is the sheer amount of detail they've put into everything. Like the way certain bits of cover just disintegrate, the way that bullet casings, pieces of robots, and just like oil and goo fly everywhere. The quality of the effects, like the explosions and the gunfire, and just all of these little touches that they put in to make it really feel like once something massive has gone down, that there was a big battle here, and everyone fucking died. It's great. Just robot corpses and all sorts of shit everywhere, and it's great. Like, compare this part of the screen to this part of the screen. You can tell where shit's gone down, and I love it. It's great. I don't really need the twin gun anymore, so I know what gun that's getting replaced at the very least. That is if I manage to find a weapon box. We haven't even gone into some of the other classes yet. I'm going to have to show you another game with another character class, just because the entire game is not this easy. At least as easy as I'm making it look. Because I've still got plenty of healing supplies. I'm doing pretty well on pretty much everything else. No, this game gets hard. This game gets really hard. Especially once you get to like the third set of levels, where I basically just got my shit kicked in. Oh, hey, the hardcore grants maximum health based on kills within 12 seconds. Alright, let's go. Let's go to a high alert sector. Why not? I'm doing pretty well, and hopefully this will get me like more loots. Whoops. Let's just even like the little crates. Just having a big splatter of, just like wood, just scattered all over the place from a good-sized explosion. I mean, how can you not love that kind of detail? I have no idea where the fuck that rocket was going, but it did not go anywhere good. He backed off. All right. Whoa! And I just killed myself. There's a problem for you. It's very easy to kill yourself. Bloody M205 grenade launcher. I really need to learn to just dump that shit as soon as I get it, because I'm almost guaranteed to fire it into my own face. So yeah, we got data. We also get a bonus on our data depending on what our difficulty is. And some things like how we're doing on basically everything. 60% accuracy is actually pretty decent for me, all things considered. So yeah, we leveled up, we got some new unlocks. What do we get? Bits and pieces and shielded. So let's see what those are. Bits and pieces is... there it is. Each obtained plating gains a 10% bonus on damage. Refreshes on you back up in the last 10 seconds. Damn. Kills refresh 200 of maximum shield strength. Passively increases maximum shield strength by 70. That's useful. I'd almost give up my random module for that. Alright. So let's go play as another class, shall we? I just need to go to the classes menu. We're going to play as the Raider, because the Raider gets different weapons, has a different way of playing, and it's also got the Reverbing Blade, which makes things very different. We also get a Plasma Grenade, Pack-a-Punch. The first found weapon is upgraded 3 times. That is legitimately one of the most useful things imaginable. And yet you actually share these memory modules among your, or at least some of them, among the color of the same class. So if you do a lot of Breacher, you actually get a bit with Riot Guard as well to help you with that. Also, we've got some research. Rocket launchers can be found with aim following target missiles. Or, actually, yes, we're going to get explosive research because why not? Alright, let's go. What do we got? Well, we got the same last breath. We have our knife. And the good thing about this knife is not only does it give you, like, a lot of bonus damage, if you manage to kill someone with it, it actually gives you some of your health back. So you are entirely recommended to go and pick it up. Also, grenade. Nice. That's what we call tactical play, children. Kills control tog tags, which can refresh shields based on pickup speed. Grants more benefits at higher class levels. So yeah, this guide basically has you playing kill confirmed. See, I got some of my health back. Very useful. Also, I have one of those damn, I have a damn explosive turret hunting me down. I hate those things. They make you keep moving until you find the damn things. Yeah, come on. Come on. You can find me, mate. You can do it. Of course, all the same 3D aiming stuff applies to this as well. It's a little harder with this guy, but he does make up for it for the ability to do close range finishes that also give him some of his health back. Can't really give you an opinion on the music because the sound effects drown it out so much. Oh, look, a free upgrade, but no, we want to try and get out of this level with a spare weapon because we kind of need it, like really badly need like a spare weapon. What we get? We got some credits, another dog tag, and an upgrade. 4 health regen, 15 currency, or extra movement speed. I'm gonna go for the regen. We really do need the regen. This is me we're talking about. Those missile launchers are adorable. They walk along on 4 legs like crabs, but only instead of pincers, they get things that can blow you up. What do we got? Do we seriously, like, not find another weapon? Like, 80 to 90% of my games have me finding a weapon on the first floor. So, I have no idea what's going on here, but... yeah, screw it. Let's just move on. We will get our first weapon eventually, I promise you that. Oh, cool. Also, look, it's a little robot Roomba. You've probably been able to see them a few times already. Alright, what do we got? We got... I got that through the wall? Okay, sure. We got a DMR. Random modules, some dog tags. Let's get the module. What do we got? On the edge. Charge. And field rations. I think we'll go with charge. An upgrade kit. Sweet, we'll use that on the pistol. Bullets are directed towards the recoil center. Sweet. Let's grenade these bastards. There we go. So I lowered up the radar. That probably gives me my level 10 perk. Indeed it does. Let's see. Custom upgrade kit, a beamer, or throwing knives. Can't afford the custom upgrade kit just yet, but once I kill a couple more enemies I can. So let's do that. Shields are down, but that's okay. Because I can just shoot this guy once and then move in and swipe him for some health back. A heavy steel trap. Nope, I'm never able to make good use of these. I'll recycle that for the credits. Give me that custom upgrade kit. And we're going to put it on the pistol. Am I supposed to? Huh. Thanks, I guess I just made the gun better. Right, where am I going? Start the bollocks. So I take it, yeah, that's the item thing, and there's another item thing down here, so we'll just go straight for the exit. Why not? Let's go to high alert. See if we can finish this off as fast as possible, because we've been here for 43 minutes. See what I mean about being tactical? Now I just wait here and slash. Dead. I apologize for the interruption. That was actually pretty important. Shit. Oh look, there's another gun over there. This ought to be interesting. Let's see what we got. What do we got? What do we got? We got Viciator Ultra. Dangerous self-destructing weapon. Oh, I remember these. Right, so... screw that damn iron, in all honesty. Whoa, Nelly! My god, what is this thing? No wonder it's timed. Good god. take the DMR back. And we'll just make our way out of here. I assume to... Wait, is it going to be a boss fight next? Nope, it's the next floor. Okay. Okay, so this is a shotty. Demon face, and a knife for health. Back in his face. Go out the core. Grab some ammo. Grab some more ammo. So yeah, that gun I had previously has since self-destructed. Now I need to run away. Get those three out. Keep running. So yeah, the healing item on this class is actually kind of interesting. It's a reusable syringe. It takes a while to be able to be used again, but once you're able to actually use it, should not have slashed there. Wow, there's like 6 dudes there. This is not going to end well for me. Just take cover and bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. Slash. Nice. Holy crap, where are all these dudes coming from? Oh, that's not a good sign, right? Just gotta stay back. Shields. Damn you, shields. What do we got? Iron power. Totally gonna spend all my credits on that and a little bit for the health syringe. Because they are always going to be useful to me. Some free data. I can always appreciate some free data. Anything else? A quest. Good hit on the DMR. Yeah, that's definitely a shotty. There's an item down there. I want that. I'm not in cover here. This is not a good idea. That stung a little, but I got some health back, so it works for me. Just stop wasting so much ammo. Give me that item. Tsunami Talisman. A soothing mist. That's kind of neat, so it automatically heals me. Yeah, that's definitely a shotty. Might actually be worth going back and upgrading that auto healer. Might actually be good for me in the long run. What does the map look like? Yeah, let's go and spend a few credits on the whatever that healing item is. So how's it work now? Cooldown is 6 seconds, so that's great. Lasts for 3 seconds and it heals for 5 health. So every 6 seconds I get 5% of my health back. That's actually pretty useful in a really intense gunfight. Right, what do I have to do? Open some valves to the top left and the top right. Thankfully the areas have already been cleared out, so all I need to do is head up there and take care of business. They do start spawning in new enemies if I remember correctly, but... No! There we go. Oh no, I remember now. It's poison, so we gotta leave. Here we go. Right, how do I plan on dealing with this shit? Oh god, I need that syringe in me. Guess I have to use the DMR for this one. I do not want to get too close to him. Thankfully the DMR has a poison effect. God almighty, man! I got some ammo, that's good. I have no idea what the hell I managed to kill just then, but I apparently killed at least 4 of them. I am legitimately surprised I made it through that. Especially with as little damage as I have. That's something else entirely. What am I gonna upgrade? I guess it'll be the last breath again. Give me the active reload, why not? There's gonna be... Huh! It's usually not an item, it's usually a weapon. What's the item? The phaser. Spawns a mind-controlled champion, annihilates nearby targets. Nice. That might actually be useful to me. Alright, in we go. Still legitimately impressed that I lived through that. It's alright. I've never gone past this part with, I've never gone past Saints Earth floors with this guy, so... Trust me, this won't last long. Scratch him up with a knife and get a little bit of health back. Grenade the bastards. Did not help much. Extra upgrade kit, that's kind of neat. I'm going to need to heal. Could have gone worse. Let's see. Okay, show me what you can do, phaser. Me and my robot buddy. Oh, he's dead. Well, at least I know that it'll be useful in like bigger, more pain in the ass fights in the long run. Holy crap, what is that dude firing? Well, whatever it is, it's almost killed me. Fucking repair drones. Come on! Stop fucking regenerating your damn shields before I can get a good hit in. There. Christ almighty. I am so almost dead. I should really make sure all my guns are reloaded. Oh god. He's there. He takes a ton of hits. Phaser, help me out. He actually helped me out, like, a lot. Alright, what can I upgrade? Yeah, we'll do the Visitator. What can I do? Laser Trail. Muzzle Compensator. We'll do that. Higher recoil, higher damage. It's a shotgun. I don't care. First weapon. Almost full on bolts. Yeah, probably shouldn't have stood in front of a destructible cover that doesn't even cover the entire face, but that's just kind of what I do on runs like this sometimes. Oh, well, that still went pretty well for me. What's my level 10? Opening chests or terminals grants a powerful critical strike chance and damage buff. Finishing enemies with a commando blade resets is cool. Ooh, that's useful. So yeah, that was a look at Synthetik Legion Rising. I've actually been really enjoying it, surprisingly, considering that I've played this game twice before and haven't gone into it previously, but the combination of all the different classes with the different ways that they can play, the adjustable difficulty, the 3D aiming, the overall quality of the presentation of the combat, and just a lot of items and weapons to play around with that feel different enough from each other, makes the game a really enjoyable roguelike. And if you didn't get it from the October Humble Monthly, I also believe it's probably going to go on sale on the, what's the word I'm looking for? On the finger snap. I can't actually snap my fingers, fun fact. It's probably actually going to go on sale in a couple of weeks because of the Steam sale, but yeah, I fully recommend it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Also runs really well too and has a ton of options. You got plenty of options here for all of this stuff, including a bloody dynamic cap, which I appreciate. And there's also like all of that, a bunch of different keybinds, and yeah, it's a really enjoyable gun-based roguelike. They've put a lot of effort into it. They've been updating it constantly over the years, and well, it shows because it's a very polished and very fun game to play. So, well, let me go see if I can get the effort in me to actually go and talk about Jedi Fallen Order. This has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time.